Setting preferences in IntelliBid. Setting preferences in IntelliBid allows the user to set global settings within the software. User settings also allow us to set up screen views and other configurations according to our preferences. To get started, on the left sidebar, we'll click Maintenance and then click Preferences. We will go through a few of these user settings, focusing on the key settings. The first setting we'll look at is Open Last Job. This option, if checked, defaults the system to open the last job we worked on. Most people leave it unchecked to see all jobs, and then they choose the job they want to use. The next option is Bid Due Lead Time. For example, if we want to see all jobs due within the next 5 days, we set a value of 5. When we go back to the job register, jobs due within the next 5 days are highlighted in yellow. Jobs in red mean they are past due and were never frozen. For now, we'll go ahead and revert the value back to 0. The next setting is Grid Alternate Color. If reading the jobs register is difficult, users can alternate the row colors to make them more visually distinct. We just click the Color Chooser button, choose a color, and then click OK. By doing that, we can now see that the rows alternate between white and gray. These preferences can be reset to the original colors delivered with the software if desired. The next setting is Display Takeoff Items. Normally, the takeoff screen shows several columns. If we're working on a laptop and want to see fewer columns, we can clear all of the checked options by clicking Clear All, and then only select the essential columns needed, such as Price, Edit, Date. This can be reversed by clicking the Select All button, which checks off all columns again. We can do the same things in the next two areas, Display Summary Items and Display Job Register Items. They both function in the same way as the previous area we went over. You can select and deselect which options you want to see by individually clicking the checkboxes, or by using the Select All and Clear All buttons. Now we'll move over to the Admin Settings tab. Here, we can choose to update all vendors, or just the selected vendor when running a price update. We can force text to be in uppercase, which we will uncheck. We can also enable spell checking, which is useful for typing notes or setting up bid proposals. The Enable User Log option allows admins to keep track of user login activity. Skipping over to the third column, the Validate Bid Templates feature is important when creating custom bid templates with formulas. The system flags incorrect formulas so they can be corrected. Further below, we see 4 options: Default Vendor, Default Labor Level, Default Change Order Vendor, and Default Change Order Labor Level. We can change these values using the dropdowns to our preferred vendor and labor levels for new jobs and change orders that we create. Let's take a look at this in action. From the Job Registers toolbar, let's click the New Job button to create a new job. In the window that appears, we'll enter a generic name and then click OK. Now if we look back at the Takeoff screen, we can see that the new job contains our preferred default vendor and labor options. Now let's return to the job register to try a change order. We'll go to the left sidebar, go under Jobs. From the Job Registers toolbar, let's click the red Add Change Order button to add a change order. Then if we go back to the Takeoff screen and look at the top fields, we'll see that our preferred default vendor and labor options are selected automatically. The next setting, Customer Classes A, B, C, and D, allows us to rate general contractors and set discounts or markups based on an assigned class. Let's consider some realistic examples for each class. Customer Class A. We get a lot of work from this contractor, so we want to give them a 2% discount. Customer Class B. We don't get as much work from this contractor, so we will give them a 1% discount. Customer Class C. We know this contractor will shop our number, so we do not want to put our best number out there, so we will increase the price by 2%. Customer Class D. This is a new contractor that we've never worked with, and we don't know a lot about them, so we will bump the price up for them even more. Breakout Default sets the default unit cost and markup percentages for new breakouts. For instance, we can set the labor rate to $62 per hour and the markup percent to 20%. Now we'll skip over to the Names tab. This area shows the names for levels of the phase tree that appear when setting up phases. These phase tree names can be customized here. For example, we can change the level 1 name from phase to systems. We can change the level 2 name to process. And we can change the level 3 name to drawing, and so on. Now we'll check to see if this updated in the system. We'll go to the job register and create a new job. Then we'll use the left sidebar to go to the phase tree, and there we can see our custom phase names. Back on the Preferences screen, we'll cover the Numbering tab. Here we have an auto-numbering feature that assigns job numbers automatically when creating new jobs. The values can be customized here. If we prefer to enter the job IDs manually every time we create a new job, we can turn off auto-numbering by unchecking the corresponding boxes. This also applies to the change orders, RFI, and transmittals options. Now that we've disabled auto-numbering for job IDs, we'll look at one more example to show this in action. Let's navigate over to the job register and then create a new job. Since we deselected the job ID auto-numbering checkbox, we can see that we need to add a job ID manually by typing it in. As we can see, these settings allow us to customize IntelliBid electrical estimating software to fit our specific needs and estimating style, improving efficiency and accuracy in our estimating processes. Thanks for watching this Conest tip video. Please like and subscribe to our channel to get more tips like this from Conest software systems.